Germany's population is expected to decline by approximately 5% by 2050. According to a new forecast by the IFO Institute, Germany's population is projected to shrink by about 5% between 2025 and 2050, potentially falling to around 79 million. This would bring the country back to population levels seen in the early 1990s. Previous projections had anticipated only a 1% decline. However, new data indicate that birth rates are lower than previously assumed, and net migration expectations are no longer as high as before. Reasons for the decline: low birth rates. The average number of children per woman in Germany remains lower than in many other European countries, making population replacement more difficult. Net migration decrease. The tightening of government migration policies and updated population data suggest that migration inflows may not reach previously expected levels. Lower initial population base. The 2022 census data showed that Germany's total population was lower than previously estimated, and this lower starting point has led to larger declines in long-term projections. Economic impacts of an aging population. The working-age population is shrinking. Fewer workers mean lower production capacity. The service sector will be particularly hard hit. There is a growing shortage of skilled workers, especially in industry, healthcare, and technical professions. As a result, this situation is leading to rising wages, companies relocating production to other countries, accelerated investment in automation. It may lead to a slowdown in economic growth. Economic growth essentially depends on three factors: labor, capital, and productivity. When the labor force declines, it becomes harder to sustain growth at the same level of productivity. In the long term, Germany could shift from being an economy growing at 2% plus to being stuck in the 0.5 to 1% range. It may also reduce tax revenues. There will be less income tax collected, fewer social security contributions paid, lower consumption tax revenues. This increases the risk of budget deficits. Impact of an aging population on the pension system. In Germany, the system largely operates on a pay-as-you-go model, where the contributions paid by workers are used to finance current retirees. In the past, 4 workers were enough to finance 1 pension. In the future, this ratio is expected to fall to 2 workers per pensioner. This creates a serious imbalance problem. What can be done to prevent this situation? Raising the retirement age. Increasing contribution rates, higher deductions from workers relatively reducing pension benefits. Impact of an aging population on the healthcare system. Increase in chronic diseases. Greater need for long-term care. Rising healthcare expenditures. This, in turn, pushes social insurance contributions upward.